All right, guys. Here, Eric. We're fixing to do a quick recap on our trades for today. Today we traded two stocks, CAPR and NEON. As you can see, this is the morning gapper scanner. CAPR was the leading gapper. It made a huge move, 122% mover from yesterday. 8.6 million share float, 202.9 million shares traded pre-market, and it was at the price range of 535. So that was basically the only stock that was on watch. Here is the chart on it. So this thing made an exaggerated move pre-market. Out of nowhere, news came out, COVID-19 news. So it was at 242 and it made a move all the way up to $7 in one 5-minute candle. That is extreme. So it pulled back to VWAP and then it bounced up from VWAP up to a level of 589, and that was right before pre-market. So I would have liked for it to hold this level for a trade over $7 for a move higher. Of course, it did not do that. It failed. So I was willing to watch it and potentially get in on a trade here above this level 589. A little curl up here, 589, boom, break this level for a move up to 628, break of that for a move up to potentially 650, and then 7, and then a squeeze higher. Of course, it did not do as planned, so we'll take a look at the 1-minute chart so we can break it down into more detail. Here you can clearly see what kind of action it had. So here's your 250 move up to 702, and then it pulled back, broke VWAP, tested VWAP again. So this was a potential entry here. This is the level that I was watching pre-market. If it would have held, probably traded around this range for a move, a break of that 589 for a move higher. But what ended up happening was it stayed below VWAP, which should have been a sign for me that it was weak. And I did see that indicator, but I decided to still watch it for a potential trade just because it had made this huge move from 250 up to 702. So it pulled back down to 523, and that was right before the market opened. When the market opened, it opened at 513. So I was watching this for a potential entry over 525, 530. So I threw my order out. Whenever I saw 530 breaking, but it jumped over my order. It hit a high of 547. My order was still out in the open waiting to get filled. I was too slow to cancel the order, so I got filled at 530 on the way back down after this pop up to 547. Got filled at 530, and it dipped all the way down to 467. Of course, I saw opportunity for an extreme dip buy, which is very risky, but I was in with smaller position up here, so I decided to double down here, which is very risky. I'm not sure why I took that trade. Should have just cut my losses, but it dropped too quick from my entry up here. It dropped way too fast for me to be able to get out. So I got in on the curl back up for a break of 5. I got in around 485. And ended up selling about break even. So that was I avoided a pretty big loss on that one, which I'm lucky to have gotten out break even. And our next trade was on this candle here on these purple arrows. So we're still watching for an extreme dip, and we did get another pretty big dip, but not as extreme as what we had thought. So from up here, 550 came all the way down to 411, and I got in as this was dipping. I thought we were gonna bounce right here for a move back up to $5. This VWAP, however, I got filled at 440, a little bit higher than what I wanted to, and it just didn't work out. and I stopped out around 411, around this level here. Of course, it's support, and then it popped up over here around 450, the next candle, but by then I was already out. I had to cut my losses quick because I was afraid of this happening here. You get a break of 411, and it comes all the way back down to 372. So 40 extra cents of loss, that's unnecessary. So that it ended up coming back up, but to me it was just way too choppy. The cleanest move was pre-market, and of course I don't trade pre-market. That was it for that stock. I mean, it made a move up higher. It was very choppy, not clean at all. So that's that stock. And then we traded Neon, NEON. So this was a move. This was a third day of continuation. It made a move the day before yesterday, and then today. So today I was watching it for a break of $5. I was kind of anticipating it, getting in a little bit early, and I paid for that, unfortunately. So here we'll pull up let's see, we'll pull up the 1 minute chart. So here around this level, it was hitting the high day scanner, and so I was like, okay, well this stock, it made a move yesterday, so we'll keep an eye on it. And I ended up getting in. I jumped the gun on it. I was waiting for this micro pullback here, which is a strategy. This candle hit a high of 470 when it hit the scanner. So I was waiting for a little pullback on this 1 minute for a move up, a break of 470, potentially move up to 5, which was yesterday's high. Definitely expected 5, but there was some sellers up there, could not break it. So I ended up stopping out down here because it just could not break that 75 level or 70 level. And so I got filled at 60, popped up to 70. I could have sold at 70. Oh, actually, I was throwing shares on the apps, but I could not get filled. And then my correct exit would have been here at 460. Once this next candle makes a new low, that should have been my exit. But I saw a pretty big support at 50, so 50,000 share support. So I was like, well, I'm gonna hold on, and if that guy gets taken out, then I'll get out. Sure enough, he got taken out. Stopped out here, which was also a good exit. The low of that candle was 450. That's support. If it breaks that support, you want to get out before that, before it breaks the support, because then of course you get this flush, and it came all the way down to 434, which was an extra 15-cent loss if I would have held. Of course, it came back up and up to 475, and it's been choppy. And here I gave it another shot. I got in around 475 for a move higher. I tried to sell at 482, which is this candle's high. No fills on the ask. I ended up selling for a small. I sold some at break even 475, and the rest around 467. And this candle, which was also a good exit because the low of this candle was 69. That support. So here got out of 467. It kept going lower down to 60. And of course here it bounced up and it kept going down. It eventually came back up, but by then I was like, okay, this thing is too choppy. The volume's not there today. It was low volume. So I was expecting at least a tap of $5. It didn't. The highest it got was 490. So today it was a very choppy day. I'm not sure if I'm red or green, but it might be break even. But today was pretty choppy, and so that was it for today. If you have any questions over my trading or my strategies, just let me know. Thank you.